The demographic characteristics of the population of Bolivia are known through censuses, with the first in 1826 and the most recent being in 2012. The National Institute of Statistics of Bolivia has performed this task since 1950. The population of Bolivia in 2012 had reached 10 million for the first time in history. The population density is 9.13 inhabitants per square kilometer, and the overall life expectancy in Bolivia at birth is 68.2 years. The population has steadily risen from the late 1800s to the present time. The natural growth rate of the population is positive, which has been a continuing trend since the 1950s. In 2012, Bolivia's birth rate continued to be higher than the death rate. Bolivia is in the third stage of demographic transition. In terms of age structure, the population is dominated by the 15 to 64 segment. The median age of the population is 23.1, and the gender ratio of the total population is 0.99 males per female. Bolivia is inhabited mostly by Quechua and Aymara, while minorities include 37 indigenous groups. The Spanish, Quechua, Aymara, Guarani languages, as well as 34 other native languages are the official language of Bolivia. Spanish is the most spoken language within the population. The main religions of Bolivia are Catholicism, Evangelicalism, and Protestantism. Education is of poor quality, and has a 91.2% literacy rate. An estimated 7.6% of the country's gross domestic product is spent on education. The average monthly household income was Bs. $1,378 in 1994. In December 2013, the unemployment rate was 3.2% of the working population. Average urbanization rate in Bolivia is 67%. Population. The first true estimate of the population of Bolivia came in 1826, which 997,427 inhabitants were estimated. This number was calculated from the 1796 census organized by Francisco Gil de Taborda, which consisted of several Bolivian cities. The first modern census was completed in 1831, and 10 have been completed since then. The organizer of Bolivian censuses has changed throughout the years. Andre de Santa Cruz, the Bolivian Statistical Office, the Bolivian Statistical Commission, the National Immigration Bureau, and the Statistics and Geographic Propaganda, and the Department of Statistics and Censuses, with the IN conducting the census since 1976. The national census is supposed to be conducted every 10 years. However, the 2012 census was late because of climatic factors and the financing. The 2012 census data was conducted on the 21st of November 2012, in which 10,027,254 inhabitants were in the country. The estimated cost of the census was $50 million. With a population of 10.0 million in 2012, Bolivia ranks 87th in the world by population. Its population density is 9.13 inhabitants per square kilometer. The overall life expectancy in Bolivia is 65.4. The total fertility rate is 2.87 children per mother. Since 1950, the World Health Organization estimates the birth rate exceeded the death rate of the country. The population of Bolivia has been increasing since 1900, and has only had a negative per annum growth rate twice in its history. Bolivia is in the third stage of demographic transition. There were 562,461 immigrants in Bolivia in 2012, with the most coming from Argentina. In 2008, there were 48,809 marriages in Bolivia, and 5,887 divorces throughout the country in 2011. Cities vital statistics, births and deaths, fertility and births, total fertility rate and crude birth rate, structure of the population, ethnic groups, languages. The official languages of Bolivia are Spanish, Quechua, Aymara, and Guarani, plus other 33 native languages. Originally only Spanish, Aymara, and Quechua were the official languages until the 2009 constitution was passed. According to the 2001 census, 60.7% of the population over 6 years old speak Spanish. Religion. In a 2012 Gallup poll, 87% answered affirmatively when asked, "Is religion important in your daily life?" Education. The literacy rate in Bolivia is 94.98%. Healthcare expenditures comprise only 4.9% of the GDP. According to the 2013 World Fact Book, Bolivia ranks 161st in life expectancy with an average age of 68.2 years. In 2009, the World Fact Book estimated 12,000 people are living in Bolivia with HIV/AIDS and less than 1,000 of the population died from it. In 2003, it was estimated by the World Health Organization that 31.9% of the adult population were smokers. According to 2008 WHO data, 17.9% of the population is obese. In 2011, there were 3,255 healthcare institutions, of which 1,134 are considered first class by the Bolivian Ministry of Health Management. The hospitals employed an estimated 10,000 medical doctors in 2001. In 2012, the causes of death in Bolivia were economic indicators, personal income, jobs, and unemployment. Average monthly income in 1994 was Bs 1,378. Since April 2014, the minimum wage in Bolivia is Bs 1,488 per month. The unemployment rate in Bolivia in 2015 was 7.4%. There are an estimated 4.7 million workers in Bolivia. Of that population, 48% are considered to be services, 32% are industry workers, and 32% are agriculture workers. In comparison with other countries in South America, Bolivia's median equivalent household income in terms of the purchasing power standard stands at $5,000, which is last in South America. Urbanization and housing. The 2012 census recorded a total of 3,158,691 households in Bolivia, an increase of 887,960 from 2001. In 2009, 75.4% of homes were classified as a house, hut, or pachuichi, 3.3% were apartments, 21.1% were rented-out homes, and 0.1% were mobile homes. The urbanization rate of Bolivia is 67%.